BREALTV.
All right, here we go. Oh, shit. I'm just out of sorts today. Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show, live on Twitch, Discord, YouTube, X, Kick, the home site, all the above. Yeah, see, I'm all fucked up today. You know, I came from a meeting and we're just all unsorted. Anyway, we have a special guest today in the house, so I'm going to go out of order in the introductions. Today we got my sister, Cece, in the building.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited. Yes, I'm with the family.
It's long overdue, and we're glad to have you here.
Thank you. No, long overdue. We've been talking about this for a couple years now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
But your schedule is crazy. I already know. Our schedules are crazy, both of us, so I already know how it goes. So it's good to finally have you here.
No, thank you guys so much.
We got the incredible DJ C-, Mr. Goodlight, in the building.
What up? Happy day after hump day.
Oh, he had to do it to you.
I wasn't even here yesterday because of that.
Yep. Well, you know, you got it on back catalog. We also have the legendary Psycho Leezy in the building.
Wow, salud, cheers on a Thursday.
Squeeze.
On a Thursday. We also have the sideline crew, Bolton, Blombo, Bra, and the Dominator.
Yo, what up, B? Sorry, we almost went Hollywood on you again. Starting the show, we were kind of a little quick right there.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I know what it is. I came in Hollywood. It's crazy.
Bolton couldn't wait to start it, Bo.
And we have Mr. Milligram Z-Zone in the building.
What's up, everybody? Good to be here.
It's great to have you here, Cece.
No, thank you so much.
We've been down for a long time.
I know.
And, you know, it was about time for you to sit at the table. I mean, I've watched your trajectory since day one and how you work hard.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
If no one's ever said it to you, and I know they have because people be recognizing that you work hard and you put the grind down, and from where you started to where you're at now, it's just the evolution and the hustle is respected. I got to tell you, because, like, you know, hey, I've seen you put in the work and just step by step moving up. And that is everything.
Nah, for real. You know what it is. You guys know this industry could be so hard. But at some point, as long as you just keep going and block out the noise, that's really what it is, you know. So I appreciate it, and it's like an honor for me to really sit here because, you know, the fact that I get to call you a friend and it is such a blessing because I was a fan when I first started out, you know what I mean? And I always share the story how we went looking for Cypress Hill on Cypress Street in Southgate when we were younger.
Hell yeah.
We were cruising up and we're like, we heard they live right here somewhere.
How old were you?
Oh man, we were young. I was like 15.
And you just thought they like
My cousin was over. My cousin was driving.
So
Well, that's good.
You thought they were just posted there like King of the Hill?
No, somebody said like, well, I was 15. So yeah, but somebody was like, yo, you know Cypress Hill named themselves off of Cypress Street in Southgate. I'm like, for real, I know where that's at. And we just drove up and down, and we're like, if they come out, you know, and obviously it didn't happen.
Yeah. You know, what's crazy is that for a minute, you know, we did hang out like in front of Sen Dog's crib because he actually lived on Cypress. And we had a couple of homies that lived on the block, but this is where we all congregated and gathered. And even when like we had put out the first record, you know, we were constantly out there. Mello was out there with us. And so we had like a little scene going on there. It wasn't until, you know, we started getting on serious tours and like being away from home where we stopped being on the block as much.
Right.
But we were there. If you had caught us at the right time, yeah, we would have been out there. Because we were always hanging out.
It was a carload of Mexican girls trying to go up and down the block trying to figure out if we would see you guys. But it's just like, it just comes full circle. And then now I'm here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's funny because my family is like still huge fans. And I gotta shout out to my sister. My sister actually paid tickets to go see you at a casino recently.
Oh, Yamava.
Yamava.
Yeah.
And I said, you bought? She goes, yes, I love B-Roy. I bought tickets. And so when I told her, she just started screaming. I was like, oh, I'm going to go see B-Roy. She's like, what? Yeah, so my whole family fans still.
Tell him I said what's up and thank you so much.
Well, aren't you originally from the IE?
Huh? Well, my family's originally from Compton, but
Okay.
we moved out to the IE.
Cause that's
Yeah.
like where the smoke fest or what is it?
Up in Smoke.
Up in smoke tour
yeah.
would go down. So I'm like,
Wasn't that at the Glen Helen or the Glen Helen amphitheater?
And the Orange Show.
Or
Yeah,
I
so-
remember it was in the Orange Show because Rock the Bells used to be there too.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the smoke out.
Oh, Smoke Out.
Yeah, it was because a lot of people get it confused with Up in Smoke.
Yeah.
But yeah, it started at the National Orange Show
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
black top.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we threw it there for the first I think 3 years, right? And then
It
we
would crack out there.
yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is that Coachella didn't start till after we did, right? And I think they saw that we were getting ticket sales in October because this is when we started the Smoke Out. It was for a record release for one of our albums. I can't remember which one, but it was a record release party event for that particular album, and it
Yeah.
was in October. One of the albums that we released on Halloween or something like that. I think there's maybe two. Was the second one.
Yep.
We said, fuck, let's do another year, and then another year, and we said, let's make this event happen. We got something. Let's go. Problem was, competitors see that you're getting money in that market, and they're going into that market, and
Yeah.
they might compete with you in that
Yeah.
same month. You know what I mean? Eventually, Coachella moves from October to April because we flipped our shit from October to April.
And we knew you did that because every year we do a big, huge concert annually called Crush Groove. And so every year, all the listeners would literally like bombard us and was like, how come you guys don't get Cypress? How come you guys? And we're like, because they do something this around the same
In the
time,
same
we
time,
can't.
yeah.
And I know that at the time our program director did want it, like was trying to get, and he's like, I can't. And he's like, they're already tied to something. But it would happen at the same time because every year we still get like, come on, y'all got to book Cypress Hill. And we're like, we want to, but they got their own stuff going on.
Well, we're gonna be available pretty soon to be doing different things.
I heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's what we build up, right? Like the way you built your brand,
Right.
Right. And now people know you for what you've built up, right? And that this is what they expect from you. And when they don't see it, they get fucking burned.
Yeah.
So like in the sense with the Haunted Hill thing that we do every October, right? Motherfuckers are hitting me left and right. Where's Haunted Hill? How come you're not doing it in New York? Where is it in LA? Where is it? Where is it? But sometimes you gotta let some shit breathe.
you got
Yeah.
you got to starve them a little bit.
Starve them. And then the other thing is we've been doing that gig so long. I want to make it a destination event rather than it's just a show.
Like a
Like-
festival kind of.
Yeah, so
An
meaning
experience.
yeah, meaning it be an experience and people would fly in for it from different parts as opposed to it just being an LA show or just a New York show.
That would be sick.
So that's
Yeah.
that's what we're working on for next year. So everybody asking me about it, that's what's up. Cuz I know it's hard to please motherfuckers these days.
But sometimes you got to take that break because you're plotting and you're planning to get bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're exactly right. And when you do come, it's going to be like, it's just hard because I think you have such huge fans that this is something that they plan and they look forward to every year. Like
Yeah.
this is their thing.
They
You
wa-
know?
yeah,
Which
they-
is dope, which says a lot about, the event itself.
Right. I mean, you want people investing their energy into you, right? If you're doing any of this entertainment shit, like from hosting your show,
Right.
you want them to be invested in that energy, and they'll follow you into the things you do. Same like with Beat Nuts and the stuff you've done solo. There's a vibration and an energy that people lock into. You know what I mean? And they come to expect it, and when they don't get it, it's a burn.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, sometimes you gotta let shit breathe or take a break so that you can make a bigger plan or extend the plan and expand the outreach of what you're already doing and try to, create different opportunities through that.
And I love the fact that you want to make it like a huge experience. You know what I mean? There's just so much you can add on to that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, people go to regular shows all the time.
And people, to be honest, people are tired of regular shows.
Yeah, you got to give them something.
Especially what's going on now. You know what I mean? You know, for the economy, money's tight. They want to go and they want to walk out like with an experience.
And there's not that many things going on in October either. Like every kind of like season has its own attraction. You know, like you have in the summer, people go to the EDCs and the Coachella time.
Yeah.
But October, it's a lot of these places that sell tickets, everything slows down according to them. And then you guys come and create something. That would be, it's like you said, it would be a destination concert.
Well, we know Coachella vacated October for April.
Right.
So we could always pop it off back in October if that was, if that was our intention.
Well, also Deftones have, Dia de los Deftones,
1st.
which is like November 1st.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see you there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's one of that as far as the festival near October, I mean, it's like
Yeah. And see, that was the thing, right? We were trying to do that. We were doing it before them when we were on the same management company. We hit, Haunted Hill has been around 22 years.
yeah, for sure.
The thing is, and I give credit to the Deftones, is they saw the value in creating an event and then made it an event. Their management and agents fucking saw the opportunity in that and created something special with that.
Yeah.
So this is what we're doing. We should have did this years ago because, we've been building that brand for over 20 years.
For real.
You know what I mean?
That Halloween Cypress Hill in New York,
Yeah.
that's the biggest shit that fucking day. That in the day.
In New York,
In New
that
York,
night,
yeah, that night.
'Cause we
that's where everybody.
because
got
we
it. And
created that
right.
night.
Don't you? Everybody rolls up, right?
Hey,
You already know.
You're saying
I've
it.
ran into you plenty of times out there, and it's
you know what's crazy is that when we were doing that show, like in New York specifically, we'd have motherfuckers show up to that show that weren't on the guest list. They showed up because they wanted to come witness the craziness of a Cypress Hill Halloween. Because
Like other artists.
yeah, in New York,
yeah.
it was a thing, bro. Like we most venues will give you the tickets that you're allocated to, dish out to your
Right.
fans and shit like that. But they'll keep extra bands in case somebody shows up that's like, oh shit, we need to get them in.
Yeah.
And our show was one of those shows where we'd see like,
I was there that show that you guys was dressed as Run DMC. Remember with the Adidas and
Yeah.
that shit was dope.
that was with Naughty.
Yeah, Naughty was there.
Yeah, Naughty did that
Stretch, yeah.
that particular one. Yeah,
Crazy.
New York gets behind it like a motherfucker. So I want to do not a show, but like an event,
Right.
like at the destination event. Like
Yeah.
you come to New York and witness the craziness, and it won't just be us. We will get like a festival play, other groups to play,
Hell yeah.
and the Halloween costume contest. Those shits used to be crazy.
Oh my God. What's the craziest costume?
There was a couple, but one of the more creative ones I seen was by one of the fans who's like one of our lifelong fans. Her name is Wiley1 is what she goes by. And she one day she came dressed like the fucking zigzag box. Or not the box, but the paper. She had this long thing, and her face was the shit in the middle as the zigzag cover.
Oh, that was creative.
It was
yeah.
pretty
No.
good. And then there was a lot of shit like that. There was obviously weed related.
Yeah, of course.
But people got in their creative bag. But what happens is if you stop throwing it like that, what I've come to find is people will turn it into a regular show. They'll stop coming in the costumes. They'll just come like it's a regular show. And that is the death of an idea.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why like right now letting it breathe and then restarting it in a different form and then bringing these different nuances to it to where it's an event, not just a show. That's where it's at. But enough about that. How you been?
I've been good. I've been good, busy working. I actually have my event, my Halloween event tomorrow at Hollywood Park Casino, and I'm doing something on Saturday
Nice.
with the Avila brothers, Battle Cats,
Yes.
DeVille,
Hell yeah.
Tash from the Alcoholics. So we're throwing they're throwing a huge Halloween party, and I'm hosting. So yeah, I'll be with the whole family on
Hell
Saturday.
yeah.
That's gonna be great.
On this Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll up.
I apparently like Izzy Avila has been doing this for 10 years, and it's a huge Halloween event. And so everybody's like, this is so huge. I think he said, like, they're doing 3 hours of free tequila, like, and wine. I was like, oh, it's about to be crazy.
This is tomorrow?
This is Saturday in the IE in Fontana.
And you get to host that.
I'm a hostess, so I'm hosting it.
Nice.
Yeah, Battle Cat will be there. We've got like Scoop's gonna come, and they're all coming dressed up. Tash was like, yo, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna wear. It's like, we got this. So yeah, I still like, I work a lot, I hustle, but like you said, it's just it's the name of the game. Like you have to be seen outside sometimes, or you can't take it personal when people forget about you when you're not out as much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
That
have
part.
to be outside to be seen, especially in our industry, especially in LA.
That part.
Yeah.
Whether it's music or whatever you're into, you know,
Gotta keep up.
you got to keep
you
up.
have to.
Keep up, you know, the presentation. You got to keep up, like, with the visits and getting with people, the engagement and shit like that. Because there's too much shit happening where motherfuckers will forget about you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and they don't mean it. It's just they'll invite whoever they see in the top of their head, or who they saw the other night. But if you haven't been out, it's just what it is. So you gotta constantly. It's a constant game.
It's constantly networking.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta be like, you gotta pick and choose which of the ones are getting like, all right, cool, because.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, I did so much of it as it related to the cannabis shit. Like, because with the music shit, I did that for years, and then I peeled off of that and started doing more cannabis related events, and then it just burned me the fuck out. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna chill the fuck out unless you're paying me to be there. But in this day and time, you have to open back up, because again, you know, if motherfuckers don't see you, they'll forget, because there's so much shit going on. And they don't mean to forget about you. It's just everyday life happens, and then all these other distractions happen. You will get forgotten about. That's why these days, as an artist, you got to kind of put out shit with frequency, as opposed to waiting 2-3 years to put something out, because your momentum can get blown like that. I think it's more for new cats than veterans, because I think the veterans, we got our core fans that are going to come to it when they come to it.
And I feel like veterans, like the OGs, they did it a little differently. Like, you guys have catalogs. There's not a lot of, new artists with the catalogs. Like, people 20, 30 years are still going to pay for a ticket.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know if they would do that for a new artist. So I feel like the music hit different back then.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was more quality, if you will.
Yeah. And I think if they worked on the quality, right, and made it quality instead of quantity, and they worked on building their catalog based on that, they would have longevity. I mean,
well, now listen, AI does music. You know what I'm saying? People can make a song in 35 minutes.
Fucking A, in 5
That's
minutes.
crazy.
It like our
I
boy
ain't
Bolton.
really into that.
No, I feel it, but
Our boy Bolton put 2 Cypress Hill songs in AI shit
Oh my
to see
God.
what it come back with. It was actually kind of good, the 2 fucking songs, but that's
no, we actually talked about it on K-Day, because they did like a rendition of like 50 Cent's Many Men, right? And it was more like a soulful type, like jazz.
yeah.
And I felt guilty because I liked it. And I was like, man, I don't want to like it, but it just sounds so good. And then they did another one. I think it was Ambitious of a Writer or something, Pac. And I was like, man, I don't want to like this because it's AI, but it does sound good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, there's a way that the artist can utilize that to where you could take it out of AI's hands. Like, you're giving AI the idea. It's coming from you.
Yeah.
Right? You're the one typing in the prompt. What it gives back to you could be what you wanted to hear, might not be. Right? It all depends, right? Like you said, you didn't want to like it, but it was fucking good, so you liked it, right? So I think some artists are going to take that shit and be like, you know what? I'll just re-record what AI gave
Redo
to me,
it.
and I'll put my own touches on top of that shit. And I
Do you think that's like cheating, though, in a sense?
well,
Of course it is.
it kind of is.
Of course
It kind of is, but it could give you a different perspective. Like, for instance, right, yesterday when Bolton was fucking with some of the Cypress songs, with AI, you have to change some of the words so it's not exactly like, otherwise it's copyright infringement or whatever.
Wow. Okay.
But he put in 2 songs. One was Hits from the Bong, and what was the other one, Bolton? Insane. And it sent it back with 2 different, maybe 3 different voices singing a different version of it. But the shit was like a song that someone was singing, and it didn't sound off, and it didn't sound bad. And I was like, fuck, I would never, like, I'm a rapper, right? So I would never have thought to deliver it in the way that I heard it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I didn't think that it was deliverable in the way that I heard it. Because we're rappers. Like, when we're writing our shit, we're not thinking that someone can sing any of these cadences and some of the bounce that happens within the verses and the phrases. But shit, the shit I heard yesterday, I was like, oh my God. I didn't want to like it.
Right.
But I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, same thing here.
But like you were saying, it is like cheating.
It is like
now you could untalented motherfucker that doesn't have nothing to do with music could make a hit now.
Well,
he
No,
could
yeah,
just
you're
type
right.
in
possibly.
and not know nothing about music, but he could still make a hit now.
Bolton.
And put it out.
Possibly make
Exactly. Colton, a person
Listen.
like Colton could make a record.
Listen, possibly, because everything is a gamble. Nothing's for sure. You would have to ask Chat GPT, create me a song that would be an undeniable hit, right? And give it all the prompts. And if you had the lyrics, you could even give it the lyrics, right?
Give me some James Brown.
Still
Give me
doesn't
some
mean, still
Rick
doesn't,
James.
just saying, still doesn't mean it's going to hit with people. It might. And if you do, hey, fuck, get with the momentum.
You know what song I hate to like this AI generated? The one that Baby Bash made for the intro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
So
dude.
baby,
That's
that
right.
fucking song, bro. Like it just like I have a video with the California raisins in my head with the song.
Said that last time.
Hey, Bolton. Hey, so Cece could hear what, so Baby Bash was here last week. That's
love Bash.
That's one of my homies. We
You're right. I was just with him 2 weeks ago.
that's my brother right there, and he comes and does the show whenever he's in town. And when he was here last week, he was like fucking prompting all kinds of shit while he was sitting here. He goes, hey, check this out. I just got this new shit right here. Look it. I got you a new intro. Boom. And he played it, and it sounded like an Arsenio Hall fucking style fucking
Yeah.
intro.
It is bad though.
Hey, run it real quick.
You have the headphones?
This was
Yeah.
created by Baby Bash.
Yeah, this thing hits, bro.
Why does this intro remind me of like a cable show?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like a 90s sitcom.
The 90s talk show
Yeah, it's like
on cable.
But imagine
song.
how quick that was made, though.
Yeah, it was
Probably made in
5
what?
minutes.
5 minutes. That's crazy.
And then so Bolton started doing his own prompts the next day, which, he came with Hits from the Bong. Play that one, Bolton.
Here, I'll play it right here.
Make a video.
Oh, and the Killer Man one.
It's from the ball.
I low key like it.
It's from the ball.
I take bad hits, yo.
Sounds like something sad happened. in a
It's
Disney
from
movie.
the ball. Pick it, pack it, fire it up, come along, take a hit from the ball.
Yeah.
Put the blunt down just for a second. Don't get me wrong. It's not a new method. Inhale, exhale. Just got an ounce in the mail. I like a blunt or a big fat cone, but my double barrel bong is getting me stoned. I'm skillet, there's water inside, don't spill it. It smells like funk on the carpet, still it goes down smooth when I get a clean hit of the skunky, funky, smelly green stuff. Sing my song.
Sing my song.
Puff all night long.
He's singing it.
As I take hits from
But
the
you know
bar.
what's cool about this is that I feel like somebody who listens to Cypress Hill, who loves that hip hop, that rap, and there's some people that are like, oh, I don't like hip hop, I only listen to this. You might be able to appeal to them and sell that to them. Somebody who loves jazz, you know what I mean? And then they open up to, then it opens them up.
Like I could play Cypress Hill to my grandpa then.
Yeah, and now he's a fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, look, that just made me realize I am a songwriter.
You wrote that.
I wrote that.
Yeah.
You know, you could also like give it to other artists too, like to do a rendition. Like I listening to this, you could give it to Jelly Roll.
Exactly.
And then he could fucking kill it because he's got mad vocals.
That was my point earlier, is that like you could prompt the shit, right? And say, hey, feed me this. This is what I want to hear. And if it's dope, you can actually go recreate that yourself.
Yeah.
And add the things to it that this maybe doesn't have, or take out the things you didn't like. But yes, if you wanted to do something like that.
Like who would you choose to do that one? Like that would be my pick.
I could hear like Jelly Roll or Everlast doing.
Yeah, he has one of the Everlast
sure.
tone right there.
Yeah, like I could hear Everlast doing it in that style.
Well, he's here like weekly, so you should just might as well give it to him.
He won't want to do it. That came from AI money. Fuck that.
No.
I'll do it myself.
You tell him that somebody wrote it, bro. He doesn't even need to know it's AI.
He'll come up with the EI version, you know what I'm saying? The Everlast action.
Could you say,
but I'm just saying that like you could spark an idea from that. You don't have to record the same thing you hear, but you could get an idea from it, especially if you're in one of those funks where you got like writer's block, or if you're a producer and you're like, fuck, what can I do? Like, you could just prompt something just to like hear it, be like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I feel you.
And you don't have to do the same exact thing, but you will know where you could go with it that's different. Like for me now, like hearing that, I could say, go get an artist and say, look, you're going to sing this Cypress Hill song, this Cypress Hill song, this Cypress Hill song like this, and we're going to make an album of this shit. Not recreating what they did, but like in the vein of it, just like getting the idea from it.
No, and that's true. And I feel like people would rather invest in that, in the real artist, and when it sounds like that, than AI, you know?
Yeah.
So I get it.
Couldn't this be the new version of like sampling music?
No.
No?
No, because you're not taking a sample. But to speak to that part, though, right, you could, for all intensive purposes, if you're a producer, say in the prompt, I want the beat that has this kind of bass line, describe that bass line.
Because you can add beats into AI and have it mimic that beat kind of.
And with this rapper, you could totally fucking check if a sample would work.
Damn, really? You could just tell him, mimic it. Bolton sent me that app.
Uh-oh. Don't get yourself in trouble, people.
There we
Because
go.
I already know how you do.
New album coming.
No, I was just like, we need background music for the High and Hungry episodes.
Let me ask you this, Cece.
Yeah, what's up?
Because I know you got your fingers on the pulse of the city, and this came up yesterday on the news, and I just want to get your opinion. If the Dodgers win, do you see Kendrick Lamar doing what Ice Cube did last season for the World Championship?
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, doesn't it make sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they're even, like, now they're even stirring up back, the Kendrick and the Drake beef of everything that's going on.
Yes.
So I feel like, I absolutely see that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because, of course, if they win, dude is going to,
Yes.
if they invite him,
Yeah.
we know he's a basketball fan. We ain't heard about him at baseball games, but it's a perfect time for him to stick his face at a Blue Jays game and get
But
in
Cube's
on
a
the...
basketball fan. He has big three. You know what I mean? So it's like, and
Yeah.
they had him. So I feel like, and I see it. And I feel like it would, to me, it would have to be like, they not like us, squabble up. Like, I would hope he would do like a whole little mashup. You know what I
But
mean?
you ask me who I would want to see? I think Be Real be the man for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Step out there and destroy the whole stadium. I think for real. Think about it.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
do.
Hey, listen,
Makes more sense.
as guys from L.A., Cypress Hill, hell yeah, we'll go squash that shit.
And a lot of fans are Latinos, and they're just going to
That's what
go
I'm
crazy
saying.
when they see him. They're going to be like, oh, my God.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
say this, though. Like, fucking Cube ripped that shit.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did.
Salute to my
hell
man
yeah.
up there. You know what I mean? He was the right representative at
You know
the
what?
right
He
time.
was, and I loved how he did it. It made me a little sad, though, and I know I'm from the West Coast and I rep hard, but just that Fat Joe just did not hit
No, that was
like you, because I do love Fat Joe as a
Yeah,
Latino
no.
in the hip hop. Like I respect.
I do
him.
too. We all love Joe. It's
Yeah,
just,
but it
we didn't
just
love
hit
that
like
moment.
Cube, you know?
Yeah, we didn't love the moment.
Right.
We love Joe. We love his music. We love him. But we didn't love that moment. That moment was kind of fucked up. They didn't set him up for a win.
They didn't.
They did not.
You know, I think it's because he's done a lot of things that have made people kind of like laugh at, you know, and like, for example, I saw a compilation of like, he be lying about a lot of shit, bro. Like, and then people be going,
there's that.
telling these stories, and I'm just like, bro, people, like, the comments are crazy, and then that doesn't help because people laugh at him because of that. So I feel like he's done a lot of things.
He just exaggerates a lot. That's all.
Yeah,
Like he'll
yeah,
tell a
yeah.
story and exaggerate it to the like. You'll be like, that shit ain't fucking.
No, the whole Rob the basketball gym story kills me every time I hear it. The 3 different versions of it, where he's like, "Yeah, I robbed everybody," and I'm like,
You know,
I think Joe is a storyteller, and he knows like certain things will grab people's attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Bronx Tales.
There it is,
He
yeah.
knows how to. He knows how to embellish certain things. You know, I've hung out with my man like several times. That's what's one of my bros is shit. And he told me some way out stories before, and I was like, man, if that's real, that's crazy. But if it's not real, it's a hell of a story.
that's the thought you had though. You're like, damn, if that's real, because you already knew. You're like, this shit's a little bit extra, right? Like,
Well, listen,
That's
here,
all it
yes,
is.
because look, you know, I spend my time in the streets. You know this, with serious people, and you know, I could suss when someone is embellishing or if they're telling it true. There are certain tells that you have to look out for, right? And I could tell he was, you know, maybe embellishing, but I thought to myself, if that's real, this motherfucker's a G. And if it's not real, that is a great story. He was telling
Either
me,
way, he captured your attention.
Either
yeah,
way,
he was
he's a
telling
storyteller.
he was telling me how there was this rapper out there in the Bronx, some young dude that was dissing him, and he was still young at the time. He wasn't like our age now, in our 50s and shit. I think he was in his 30s at this point, whatever. And some kid out there was talking shit, and you know, they arranged it so that this dude could come have a conversation with Joe in the studio, and it turned out that they ended up, you know, being put in the vocal booth, and everybody watched from the room while they fucking scrapped it out, and Joe got him, right? But he was saying, man, I was nervous when he came through because this kid was like Diesel and this, that, the other. And I was like, man, so the whole neighborhood was in the studio watching them scrap in the booth. I'm like, fuck, that's a gold story right there.
Like
if
Rocky
it's
movie.
true.
That low-key sounds like some New York shit, though.
It
you
does,
know?
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
so I was kind of on the fence about it, but I thought, you know, there was probably a little bit of embellishments here and there. Because, like, I don't know any studio owner that's going to allow you to throw a scrap in the studio with
With
like,
all that equipment.
all that, yeah, because it's like, all that shit is expensive, and none of us are paid like that we could pay for all that shit we break.
Unless it was a hood studio, you know what I mean? Put together
Yeah.
on some stuff.
Yeah, it was a hood studio. It could have been a hood studio,
Yeah.
and that could definitely happen in a hood studio where we ain't giving a fuck about what's around, you know? And it could have been one of those things, you know? But he said he put him in his place and the whole shot. It was very Dawnish storytelling, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I had to boss up on him, that type of shit. And I was like, all right. I didn't doubt it because, I mean, Joe's a serious dude, too. But sometimes, yeah, like you said, he might exaggerate some shit. But I love that guy, man. I did not love the performance, though.
I didn't either.
Oh, that was awful.
I know.
Sorry, Joe.
I mean, what was it? The headphone failure or something?
I think, yeah, they didn't have him set up properly. Like, he didn't have in-ears. And there, you know, like, it's impossible for you to stay on beat
for real
with the monitors that are happening in the stadium because you need them, like, right there direct. Because anything you're hearing is a delay, right? So if you're going off of what's happening for the crowd, you're on about a 3-second delay. And so he was never on beat to us because what we're hearing is him rapping over what it sounds like the beat that's happening in the stands as opposed to the actual
It
beat.
just-
At least that's
crazy.
what I remember from it. It didn't sound right, and that's not on him. You know what I mean? Like it was up to the tech crew to get that shit right, and they're the ones that fucked that up. So,
Yeah.
you know, it was an awful
I
look.
think Fat Joe got out there and he thought he could wing it without the headphones and but that shit was like all off.
It could be that too. Like, nah, I don't need shit B.
Yeah, just go.
Nah.
All right, that shit you're gonna be hearing echoes and shit.
Listen, for all you rookies out there, there is a thing called delay, right? So if you're on stage, let's just say you're on stage and then the crowd is here. Oh, well, depend on your perspective, but let's just say this is the stage, crowd's right here. Let's just say I'm feeling the crowd and I want to go jump in the crowd, but I want to do the song at the same time. What you're hearing out there and what you're hearing on stage, two different things, or not two different things, but two different time pieces. You're getting it delay out in the crowd. We're getting it real time. So the minute I jump out, I'm getting the beat at your time. And as much as I try to stay on beat, or I think I'm sounding on beat, I'm behind it while I'm out there. Unless I have in-ears, which are like in-ear monitors that allows me to hear directly what the DJ or band is playing, and I'm not relying on the speakers that are pushing out the sound that are on like a 3-second delay or a half a second. What is it, Dom? You know better than me. What do you think the delay time is? Okay, depends how big the venue is. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer. Anyway, it's fucked up, and rookies do that. You know what I mean? So if you're going to, be the one that goes out in the crowd, make sure you got in-ears. If not, don't even fucking do it because you're going to butcher the song after that.
Butcher shop.
Butcher. I know because I did it.
Oh wow, for real.
Earlier in your career?
Yeah. Probably when we were doing Smoking Grooves, like in 97, 98, 99, or whatever, those 3 years we did it.
You didn't like the way that shit sound, right?
No, I didn't have in-ears.
Oh.
Bobo and I would go up into the crowd to end the set, and we're rapping over what we're hearing on, the PA, not realizing that we're way the fuck off beat, and it doesn't sound cool. Looks cool. Like two of the guys are going up to the mosh pit, but it did not sound great. And
Who
that's
got to pull you aside and tell you that?
our front of house guy, which is our main sound guy.
Uh-huh.
He'd come up, he goes, "Hey, that looks cool, but do you want to hear what it sounds like?" Well, what do you mean? He goes, "I wouldn't be rapping up there if you're going to go up there, because what you're hearing and what they're getting is not the same thing, and it's horrible." I was like, "Oh shit,
That's
okay."
crazy.
So I made sure after that conversation that we were not rapping anything in the mic. We just throw the mics down and charge up there and get in the pit
Right on.
and leave the verses alone. But it took time for us to know this, and it took for one of our guys to actually say it to us.
Right.
So I'm saying to you, rookies, don't go past the stage unless you got in-ears. The shit, in-ear monitor.
Also, you don't always need them. Like I see motherfuckers that rock that in a little club or in a bar.
no.
It's like, motherfucker, they could hear you. We could hear the beat right here. The speakers
Headphones, bro.
They want to look important.
Yeah,
Well,
they want to be all extra.
There is that.
Like,
There is
get outta
that.
here.
There is that. But there's a few different reasons for using them, right? One of them is that, just the look. And, they're burning it in the wrong places. But most of the time when motherfuckers want to use in-ears is because if they're playing with the band, they can't really hear themselves in regular monitors because the band, as loud as they're playing, absorbs all the sound there, and you might not hear yourself. The only way you could hear yourself doing the vocals is if you have an in-ear monitor.
Yeah.
So if it's too loud, or if they got to crank you up so high because maybe you don't project as much, so they got to crank your mic up, it causes feedback in the monitors. So some people get rid of the monitors to not have the feedback and just use the in-ears. But some motherfuckers do it for looks.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I know. I've seen that too.
It's a difference too, like the energy when you rhyming with headphones on. It's more like you're rhyming because now you hear yourself super clear.
Yep.
Without that, you're gonna have a different tone. You're
Yeah.
more hyper, I think, more yelling a little bit,
Snapping.
getting the people a little more hype, I think.
You know, the vibe is different with the in-ears in the sense that, like, when you do them, you could hear everything and you're like, fucking, you're going lock solid. You know where everything's at. But it takes away from the vibe that you're getting from the crowd because you cannot hear the crowd react.
There with,
Oh, I
you're
didn't
not
realize
there.
that.
Yeah, you're in your head listening to
If you want to hear the crowd react, you have to pop one out so that you could hear what's going on. So if you're going off crowd participation style shit, right? Like,
You know what's my personal thing that I really don't like so much is going to a hip hop concert. And I know that I'm gonna get attacked for this, but I don't like when hip hop heads use a full band. It's just so different to me.
Yeah.
It's so different because maybe from a radio perspective, people are going and they want to hear the song that they hear every day on the radio because they
Right.
rap to it. So when I feel like when I see hip hop artists, they have this full band, it just sounds so different. It's a different
real.
sound, and you see people trying to figure it out, like what song is it? And then when they hear you rap the chorus, they're like, oh, okay, is this song?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what it is, but every time I do see hip hop, I'm like, oh,
you need those elements, those hip hop elements.
yeah,
That's
if,
what I
if
feel.
you're,
Yeah.
if you're going to have a band, right, you got to make sure that band could play that song as close to what the original song is. If not, you're gassing it. Because
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
You know, if it's too different,
Yeah,
it's like,
jazzy version.
yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is. What is this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you get with the band, you tend to drift away from that because, oh, this is different. I kind of like this. But you're not really thinking of what the
Band.
crowd wants. You're thinking
Yeah.
what you like.
And of course it's like that because you're an artist, so you're creative and you're like, oh, this is different, this is cool. But like you said, B, it's really what that crowd is. That crowd is going and they're paying their money for a certain sound
Yep.
that they're used to and that they
Pay
listen
money
to.
for. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. So when I do see sometimes some hip hop heads, I'll be like, I just kind of don't say anything, but I'm like, oh, I hope it's not so different.
You know which ones have always hit it on the head when you go watch them play is like the Fugees, right? Like their shit sounds pretty close to the albums.
Right.
They have extra added sounds on top of that shit, like maybe a horn section, string section every now and then. But their band sounds close to the record. Same like with the Roots. Like their shit ain't never so oddly different that you're like, oh man, what the fuck is that? I wanted to hear it like this. But a lot of bands do that. They get bored with the original song and they want to flip it.
Right.
And that's when fans get disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
You
Because
know what
it's
I
a
mean?
different feel.
Especially if it's the main song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew,
I think one of the first instances I've seen of like the correct element of the mixing of live band element and DJ is Outkast. I saw them open for Ice-T at the House of Blues on the AT-Aliens tour, and they had their DJ along with a guitar player and a bass player and like background singers. And I was like, that's dope because it's still, like I said, the hip hop element of the drums, that whatever that snap that is that you're hearing on the record that made you a fan, like it's there, but they're just playing all the other elements live. So it still had that feel, you know? And I was like, that's dope. And like, said the Roots as well too, the L. Michaels Affair, they're
The Roots
dope.
sound pretty good live.
Yeah, they're really good live.
I've seen DJ Quick do it too with live band. But
Oh,
he's
yeah.
good, but he's really big about his sound.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he gets there early. He has to hear everything. Like, so, I mean, I just feel like he's very meticulous.
Very much
Yeah.
so. Yeah, he could definitely pull it off
Yeah.
because I mean he has knowledge of all that shit. Like, and he is very meticulous in terms of how he puts things together. If there's one thing off, he's calling that person out.
Yes, I've seen it happen.
I've seen it too.
Yes.
But that's why he's so great though, because he's not gonna leave any of it.
No.
And I feel like that's why it doesn't matter how many times he performs in Los Angeles or where he's at. He gives that quality
Yeah.
performance every single time, and he's one of LA's favorites.
You don't
Yeah.
want no half-ass shit in his
Right.
production.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's one of our crown jewels out here, and he don't get
Absolutely.
enough props. Like as a producer, as a rapper, as a, creative entity, just period. Like DJ Quick's one of the most formidable motherfuckers out there, and he's getting the flowers by the right people, but not enough of the right people. Because realistically, man, he's just as important to hear us on the West Coast as Dre.
Yeah.
If you ask me, there is like Dre is the big dog, but like Quick is also.
And I see Quick as, for me personally, I see Quick as the man of the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists that I've seen, especially so many concerts. They come perform in their dip, and they just go in, and he's somebody that I actually see that goes out, and he'll take photos, and he'll talk to them, and he'll vibe with them, and he'll dance with them, and it's like that's why they love him so much. Because even giving people just a second, they will cherish and like forever be your fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like Quick is literally the man of the people.
He sure is. I love that guy.
So are you though, B? So are you.
Well, thank
I've seen
you
people
so
take
much.
pictures. I've seen people talk to you, and sometimes I'd be looking. I'd be like, "This man ain't tired yet," because constantly it's everything, Especially the last time I seen it was at you guys had a documentary. Oh my God, where were we at? The doc.
Yeah, it's that.
Was it
place.
Estevan's?
It's a place off. Is it Beverly or?
But
It was like the documentary, and it was on a rooftop afterwards, after party.
Yeah. I think that is it off
Somewhere in
Beverly?
downtown.
Yeah, no, it's just outside of downtown.
Okay.
Where'd you say?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Where PuffCon was at.
Yeah.
No, was it there?
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Oh yeah, the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a dope night though, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but I just seen everybody and the way you handled it, and I'm very observant, and I'll watch, and I don't say too much, and I'm like, it's cool because everybody came in. You didn't look frustrated at all, or you didn't look like too much, like, oh, it's too many. You just handled it just so professionally well, and everybody was so excited.
Thank you.
It was cool.
When my makers built me, they built me with patience and a perpetual battery.
Well spoken.
I stay moving, you know what I'm saying?
I heard that.
Got to do it, you know?
What? Yes.
What like out of all these artists that you've got a chance to see in these last years, whose show do you feel impressed you the most?
Man. Every time Corrupt goes on stage, I always tell him, I've seen a lot of artists, but he's the one that stands out the most to me. He could be going through something right before he grabs on the mic. Something could happen. He gets that mic. He doesn't miss a fucking beat.
Yeah.
Corrupt is just on
He
all
snaps
the time.
right in, yeah.
Like all the time. And it's just like, I think what makes me he's so impressive to me is it's just so flawless. It looks effortless. Like effortless?
Yeah. Effortless.
Yeah, second nature. There you go.
Yeah.
But I think Corrupt, also to Snoop. You know what I mean? Whenever I see Snoop or, he's doing something, it's the same thing too. Like it's easy for them. And I love the fact that I love West Coast. So when I see people on stage, but I have to say Corrupt really impresses me.
Yeah.
And then obviously Snoop. New artists though, man, I'm Rev.
Yeah.
really
Reverie's
does.
good.
I love Rev. It's so funny because when I host some of these up and coming, you'll see some of the rappers and some of even the female rappers, and it's very overly sexualized.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's like the gimmick or the look and stuff. And what I love about Reverie is that she doesn't have to do that, and she just looks sexy.
Right.
Like she can wear jeans, some Jordans, a top, but just the way that she carries herself in her music and how she's so dope and talks to everybody. She's somebody that really, I really look at, and I'm like, Rev got it, man.
Yeah. She and it's organic.
Yeah.
I hate to use the word, but that it is like just it's natural to her, you know what I mean? And she gives a show.
Yeah.
He's dope.
And you're right, she's not exploiting or over sexualizing her sexuality or looks or anything like that, which seems to be like the pattern of a lot that you hear out there in terms of female rap these days. Like there's some good shit out there, and then there's the other shit.
Right.
But I guess that's just hip hop in general, whether it's a male or female doing it. There's shit with substance that's really good. And then you got the shit that's like, this is trash. How is it getting over?
Right.
But But that's been the dynamic since day one. Look, but people can get the false impression that in the golden era it was all just great hip hop. Nah, there was some great hip hop there, but there was some fucking cheese too.
Yeah.
And that's just something that exists in music, no matter what genre you're listening to. It could be metal. There's shit that's like hard and you love it, and then there's shit that's kind of lighter and you're like, I don't know about that. It's existed here. It's just that it's more amplified now than ever.
Right.
I think the new thing is trash, man. Trash is winning out right now, right? Like,
well, there's always been trash that won.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
I mean, like how many records back in like the early 90s that got through and you were like, what the fuck is this, B? I mean, I know I did that. I'm like, in comparison to the hip hop shit that I liked and the other rap shit that was coming out.
Oh, yeah.
There was some shit that I was like, no, I would never listen to this. And it's the same way now. It's just that I'm saying is that there was less artists coming out then, right? On the Tuesday. Right? It was Tuesday.
On the motherfucking
There was
Tuesday.
less artists coming out then, right? The consumers weren't flooded with all these motherfuckers. When technology happens and now you could do this shit in your home, you don't need a studio, you don't need a fucking deal. Just put it out yourself. Boom, the boom happens and it gets a little fucked up after that.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck, where was my point there? I got too high and vegged off my point.
No, you had said like any artists that were impressive on stage, and so I took it back to Corrupt and Snoop, and honestly, Bone Thugs too.
Oh yeah, Bone Thugs.
Bone Thugs.
Yeah,
they're dope. But speaking of new, Rev, and then I'm a fan of Roddy Rax.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love his flow and his cadence.
Yeah.
And how he gives me that Eminem vibe. So, there's new artists that I will pick and choose. Not everybody, but this is an industry where not everybody has what it takes.
True that.
You
And
know?
this is what we were talking about, trash.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers that like skip the corner, they cut the corners and they don't know how to actually present the show.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, so there's that, but I mean, you'll pick and choose, and there's certain people that you're like, they got it. They just got to keep working at it.
Yeah.
They got it. You know what I mean? But it's just hard too because now you got these TikTok rappers, these TikTok superstars, Instagram. It's just
It's a whole other thing.
But they have those guys have a hard reality hit when they go try and do a live show. Right? And I would say it's the same thing that happens with even like every aspect of entertainment, whether it's comedy, whether it's music or whatever, right? You come from this world of TikTok and now you're trying to go into a venue and sell tickets. Some might sell some tickets. The rest are not going to sell those tickets. They like it right here, but they may not want to go fucking see you over here. And, and we were just talking about this not long ago, is that Instagram and these platforms don't like when you advertise something, right? They don't mind any of the fuck shit you put up, but the minute you try to advertise a product, unless it's something that it's a part of the site, they give you limited numbers and limited run.
right.
So like it will break your heart that you are doing so well on TikTok, and then you come try to sell a ticket for people to come see that and nobody's showing up. And that's the false perception of some of the fucking social media sites. You might have millions of followers, but those millions of followers or subscribers are scattered throughout. They're not
and
all
and thus making you sometimes have to buy an ad.
right.
You know what I mean? And that's their get down.
That's their get down. You
Yeah.
got to buy the ad because if
Yep.
you're trying to advertise something, they're going to squash your fucking content distribution on that.
Oh, yeah.
And they want you to pay for that. And if you're paying a couple $100, you ain't going to see shit. They want you to pay the rack and over that
That part.
for it to be significant enough. They're all doing it. Even BoofTube right here does that. But that's the game.
We all would.
But back to what we were saying. Like, so what do you think of the Yodis?
I love the Yodis. I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I feel like in a live set, like the way they record is dope. Like their conceptual ideas and how they put them out as music, they're pretty fucking dope at that. Like I respect their concept game. And then when I got a chance to see them at Rap Fest, right?
Right.
Or Rhyme Fest?
No, it's Rhyme Fest.
Rhyme
They were
Fest.
the
There was-
Coyotes were at Rhyme Fest.
Yeah, there was at Rhyme Fest, and I saw them like rock live. Like they took command of the stage, and they sounded like they sound on the record. They weren't necessarily screaming like a lot of young cats do over their shit. When you get in front of a big crowd, when you don't have experience, you tend to let your adrenaline and energy take over, and then you're screaming at these motherfuckers, and
Right.
you don't sound nothing like you do on your records. You got to be pretty seasoned to tap into that, especially at where they're at in the game, and they impressed me with their live show.
No, I love the Coyotes, but I also, from a different standpoint, like I love their music and the way they carry themselves. But I also love that they stand so firm for the culture. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? They stand so firm, you know what I mean, for the gente, and that's so important to me. So like I seen them at a protest, and we were there in right there at Olvera Street. And we did a protest, and I spoke, and I remember they came up to me, and they're like, "Can we speak to you?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." I was like, "We're gonna ride for our people," and they marched with us and everything. But they were really about it. So not only are they about their music and really hear, about the West Coast, they're about their people, and they will stand. So they tie in. They're really good about tying in music and culture together. So I love that they hold it down, but also to their performance. Because one thing about me as a radio personality, what I don't like and what is my pet peeve is when I see a new artist and they've got 15 people on stage with them.
Oh man,
One,
that is the worst.
that tells me you're green in the game.
Right?
Two, that tells me you're insecure being on stage by yourself.
Yep.
And you need people on there to make you feel comfortable. So that already tells me without me having to even talk to you about that. And then two, if you're a new artist, please stop putting 15 people on the stage with you, because what happens is that people listen to your music and they don't know you yet. So they're trying to figure out which one you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
They got 15 guys and they hear the song, but there's so many people, like, which one is the one that raps it? They don't know yet. So it's like, that to me, like, that's my biggest thing. I see it, I'm just like, I already know it's an insecurity.
And everybody has a mic too. It's like,
Right.
Yeah.
You don't.
You got
not the Wu-Tang.
Right.
Five hype
everybody got a
guys.
mic. Like, yeah, hype guys, background guys with microphones.
No, yeah, exactly. And it's so crazy because sometimes too, it'd be the homeboys that want to be on stage the most. You know what I'm saying? It'd be the dudes, and you're like, just get off. I remember I had hosted. I was so frustrated. I hosted 5 mics, and there was people on stage, and I was literally like, listen, if y'all didn't produce the song, y'all were not in the studio, you did not make the beat, you're not the DJ, get the fuck off the stage.
Yeah.
Like, it's just what it is. you know?
Somebody's got to.
Yeah.
Because the artist is too wrapped up in the moment. They don't want to be delivering any fucking news like that to their homies, but somebody's got to step in, because that shit don't look right. I remember when that would happen with us, and we'd have a bunch of our homies up there. They'd be scattered on stage. I'd look back and be like, damn, this shit looks fucked up. I can't even imagine what it looks like out there.
Yeah.
And then finally, I said, fuck it. We're going to put a stop to all that shit. And I had our homie Big Marv and our homie Dougie that was rolling with us at the time. I said, hey, care who comes with any kind of story about how close they are to Sen, Bobo, myself, or whoever was DJ at the time. They are not to be on stage. Y'all got to go watch from out there. We are not going to have a full stage. We're like, and we got into the habit of that, like making sure that we cleared the shit out. And it like when we started seeing the shows after that, like, people would show us video, or, we'd have someone go out there, or just pictures. We'd be like, man, this shit looks so much cleaner. It looks
cleaner,
professional.
Yeah.
And after that, we're like, nah, nobody gets on stage. And we've held that tight to all this day. It's only the times when you're with one of these janky ass promoters that has all their friends on the stage.
Yeah.
Because we've dealt with that. Like, we don't even have a guest there. Like, we're in a different fucking city, in a different state, and there's all these people on stage we don't fucking know, and usually it's the promoter's friends
Yeah.
and the friends of their friends.
Just want to be seen.
We're like,
But
what
I
the
can only imagine when you guys are performing on the West Coast and you're in LA and you're in your hometown, it gotta be a lot tougher than if you're out of state. Cause then you got everybody that's like, come on, B, come on, I've been knowing you forever. You're not gonna
yeah.
hook me up. Yeah, it has to be a lot harder.
It was, You know, it was for a long time, especially when we were doing the smokeouts, where, you know, I'd get calls that day from everybody. And then those motherfuckers want to find their way to the stage. Hey, can I get a pass to get on stage? Nah. You know, I would shut it down. I didn't care whose feelings I hurt at this point. You know, I was like, nah, you know, because I saw what it was. Because here's 2 prime examples. Okay. I went to a Public Enemy show. And all I saw was Public Enemy on stage. There was nobody on the sides. It was just them, right? No extra motherfuckers that didn't need to be there. Just them. And I thought, that looks dope. I mean, it's Public Enemy, you know? So my perception is this is how it should be all the time, right? And then when we start going in, you know, we're doing shows with our peers, and, you know, we're noticing, fuck, there's a lot of motherfuckers on stage. And sometimes we'd utilize that, but other times it was just a bunch of motherfuckers on stage. And, you know, we had done that. We were in the habit of having a bunch of people on stage for a minute just for a vibe, I guess. And then from one year to the next, I go see Wu-Tang, right? They're performing at, what was that fucking place? Center Space or some shit like this. It was on Sunset.
Center Space.
Yes. They were doing a show there, right?
Wow, Center Space?
Yes.
Wow, that's great.
It was one of their, like, you know, first few shows in LA at the time, whatever, right? It was packed as fuck. And we're way in the back, so I said, hey, let's move forward a little bit, because, you know, the stage looks crazy from way back here. And there's like 15 motherfuckers on stage. I can't tell who's who.
Yep.
Right? So each and every one of them had at least 3 or 4 homeboys to the head there. And, you know, some of the sub homies had mics. So, like, you couldn't tell who, like you said, who's actually who right now.
That's great.
And right after that, I said, man, we can't be having a bunch of motherfuckers on stage like that. It just looks crazy. And after that is when we started telling our homie, you know, Marvin, Dougie, whenever we'd have a LA show, we started here in LA because it was the worst place that it would happen.
Right.
Like, hey, nobody on stage, not family, not friends, not nobody. They're like, they got to go out there to watch, go to the soundboard, or we'll set up somewhere where they could watch from, but they cannot be on stage.
Yeah.
And for their credit, you know, I'm sure they took a lot of shit for like doing the sweep, but they fucking cleared the stages. And after that, we just never had a full stage again.
Who set that standard though? Like, because there's been like rappers like MC Hammer used to be up there with like 30 people.
Yeah, but they were all there with a purpose though.
Yeah,
all 30 people were dancers?
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, he
Yes.
used to have, and well, you got to remember, okay, so even if it's half that of dancers, there's the band. He had a full band with him.
Right.
Yeah. See,
damn.
Hammer traveled heavy because he was like, you know, he had a band, a DJ, and then like what, 60 dancers or fucking 100 dancers,
that's a lot
or
of
some
fools.
shit like
Yeah.
I
that.
think it was 30. I think it was close to 30.
He came like with a church.
Yeah, he came. It was that. Yeah, it was a show though.
Ah, dude, 30
Everybody-
people.
Wow.
Everybody on stage was doing something. It's not like when you go watch a show and you watch this band and they got like 30 homies on this side, 30 homies on this side, and they just got their phones out trying to get everything. You know what I mean? Or trying to be seen by the crowd that they're on stage.
That's what it is. They want to be seen by the crowd that they're on stage.
Yeah, they want.
They're doing
It's
the
a-
selfies on
Yeah,
stage.
selfie.
It's a pass.
It's crazy.
It's a pass. Oh, you see me on stage?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the time it's just for that pass.
Yeah.
Or to, like, now, because of the selfies and the social media culture, it's like, yeah, I'm right here. See me?
It is. I've seen it done so many times.
And
Look at me.
before all that existed, they were still there. It was more to be seen by the people that were watching the show that you were important enough to be on stage.
Right.
It's a weird psychological thing. But in hip hop, you see it more than most other genres, though.
Yeah. It happens a lot in hip hop.
Yeah.
It even sounds bad when you're standing behind the performers.
Oh, it's fucking horrible.
It's like, get out in the crowd, man. Listen to the show. Like, it's going to sound great.
That's
Well,
what
that's
get.
the thing too. I mean, let me go back to that, because when people are getting on stage, I'm like, they're like, "Can we get on stage?" And I'm like, "No." For what? If B-Girl's rapping on stage, I promise you, all you gonna film is the back of his head.
or
Why-
sideways.
Yeah, why wouldn't you go in the front so you can get a good view
Right.
and get a good video clip?
And get a good sound.
Get good
Right.
sound. You would hear the full sound as meant
Exactly.
to be heard.
Because as a host, I'll introduce, I might get a clip on stage. I always go out because I'm like, I get the side or I get the back, and I'm like, that's not a good clip. You know what I mean? So I'll go in the crowd. And I'm like, this is where you want to be at.
Yeah.
One year, I didn't have to host, and I went to How the West Was Won, and shout out to AD. And at that time, I wasn't at Katie. I was at Latino 96.3 at the time. And he was like, come through, whatever. And I was like, yo, I don't want backstage. Like, if you could just give me tickets out in the front. He's like, for reals? I was like, yeah. I was like, because I always host these concerts. I want to watch it. And I want to enjoy it like everybody else, you know?
Hell yeah.
And I did. And it was, to this day, the best concert I ever been to because I didn't have to work it. I literally was just like everybody in the crowd, and I was just vibing. You know
And you
what I mean?
got to see where you know, the whole fucking stage, get
Yeah.
the whole the whole vibe from it.
Right.
That's what, you know, that's the part I never understand why people want to watch on the side of the stage, because you ain't really getting the sound, and you're not getting the look. You're just getting that sideways or back of the fucking head looking
Right.
at the crowd angle. And that just is never it.
No. But
But-
it's because they want to be next.
but they
You know what I
wanna
mean?
be
They want to
s-
stand next. Yeah.
They want to be there. They want to be seen, and I get it. But you know, like again, we clear the stage now. I know some bands are very asshole-ish about it too.
Oh, yeah.
They will clear everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They don't care if you were the band that just played, you know, and you're as big as they are. They will fucking clear you out.
No, I remember one time we did a concert and we were hosting. It was me and Tattoo. And the game was performing, and they didn't even care that we were hosting. They were like, everybody clear the stage.
everybody,
Everybody's going to clear the stage. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just what it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some artists are like that. I know Weezer did that to Send Dog, and then you know, it was very awkward. I think Kanye's guy did it to Send Dog too. We were in Germany or somewhere overseas, and they were clearing the stage, and you know, Send Dog was playing dumb with them on purpose. Like, who, me? Me? Leave? What? Me?
You gotta go, buddy.
Oh yeah. It
So-
was,
but sometimes you just gotta respect and be like, it's a show, it's
Yeah,
a
you gotta keep it
performance,
moving,
move to
yeah,
the
like-
side.
Yeah.
Like, because our job is like, especially as a host, like my job, like, yeah, I do have fun, but that's not my job. My job's not to have fun. My job is to make sure that they had fun so they could keep coming to our concerts. You know what I mean? They have
Yeah.
a good time. So I think that's what it is.
yeah. I mean, some artists are weird like that. You know what I mean? I've had to deal with many, including myself. Yeah. So, some want the vibe and want all those motherfuckers on stage, and they don't mind it. And others want it completely clear.
Sugar Free is one of the ones that is laid back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
like,
cool.
He's cool. Like, he'll be like, okay, it won't be too much. You know what I mean? He's so animated, and when there's people on stage, he's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have fun out there if you're doing this. I mean, that's
That's the plan.
the plan. You better
Supposed to
be
be fun, you know what I mean? I mean, dude, when you see people like, you know, people that are lifers going at it and still having a blast doing it, like, that's the best.
And when you don't have fun, then what do? You just pull back for a little bit until.
Yeah, you should. But if you got to pay the bills and you're forced to like keep on out there when you don't really want to be, yeah, that could be taxing on the mind.
Yeah,
Big
for
time.
sure.
That's the mental health issues that you might have to deal with, because you might go into a depression.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah.
And some artists deal with that, you know. That's one of the parts of the game they don't talk about, because you just figure it's gonna be like easy and like
Yeah.
it's gonna be my career, but those are some of the fucking things, man. If you
Oh,
got,
man.
like,
I mean, because think about it, you got to be away from family.
yeah,
You miss some important family gatherings or family moments, and then you
Events,
feel like
yeah.
this ass because you weren't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's,
all
yeah,
that.
it's hard.
Yeah.
all that. You have to be able to juggle it, you know. And with time, you learn how to juggle it. In the beginning, you're just out there going, because like you're taking all the
So
opportunities. that
how
are
do you
coming.
juggle it?
Well, you know, we don't necessarily tour as much in terms of like the way we used to, right? So let's just say, for example, in the 90s, we'd be gone for, let's just say, 8 weeks, come back for 2 weeks, and then go for another 6 weeks, and then come back for another 2 weeks, and then go back for another 4 weeks. we were constantly in movement like that, right? Where we didn't take breaks. We just did not. We were just constantly, we got to get out there and work it. We don't have radio, and none of these platforms that exist to be able to market and promote your shit, which are useless anyway. They didn't exist. So we had to be out there. These days, because we've established ourselves and we've established our brand and built up who we are and what we do and the reputation for what it is we do now, we don't have to tour for those 8 weeks and then 2-week breaks. We could like tour for 4 weeks, take a month off, maybe do another 3 weeks, and just sort of less is more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Quality over quantity.
I think that's like that. That's like my thing with like Dr. Dre. Less is more. When he comes out, it's like the president came out. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, Dre's there, Dre's there. It's yeah. So I get you. Like going out there, just giving what they need, and then just getting back. But I could see where it could be, because even like trust me, I live nothing like you guys. You know what I mean? You guys have traveled the world. I go into my radio studio, my box every day. But just doing that and having to host concerts or having to host events, and I'm away, like it does get, at some point you're like, damn, like I'm missing, like, I guess like for me, I have what you would call, I have moments, bucket list moments. My moments and my memories are some people's bucket lists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But guess what? I need to start building life memories, though. You know what I mean? It's life memories that are important. And I think that's like a couple years ago, I figured out, and I started really thinking, I'm like, that's what it is. I've got bucket list memories that people would love to have, experience. But I need those life memories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With my family and my friends. Those are moments that I don't get. You
Yeah.
know? So I've started balancing that out.
That is the hard part of our industry, is that you got to put so much time into whatever role you're playing in it. You know what I mean? So if you're a radio host, that's the game, and you got to be the best at that, the best you could be at that, and you got to give all the time in the world that you have to that.
You miss out on so much because all those events you do and all that stuff.
Right.
So I could imagine the demand for you just being at all these events. Like, you're right about all these moments, and then you just miss out on like birthdays. You're like running late on Christmases and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate sacrifice of our business, is that we will miss some of those moments. We don't have to miss all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's all about when we learn how to balance the shit, and it takes some time. It takes some time for everybody, and everybody gets it in their time, and some people never get it because they just ain't focused on that part. And then there's resentments build up because it's like, you chose this before me.
Yeah, that's hard.
And that's hard. But if you're career orientated, those are the sacrifices. It's like, we were having a conversation, and I know you got to go.
No, I'm good. I'm going to stay till 4. We're straight.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
It's like when we say, if you're going to do this professionally, like be a musician, right? And you want to play shows, you want to be in a band, you really cannot have like the fallback plan. You can't, you can't have a side gig.
No.
This has to be everything in your world, no matter how fucking hard it is.
Yeah.
And the sacrifice that goes with it. If your intention is to be playing an instrument live with a band and be on the road, that has to be your fucking world. Same thing as if you want to be a studio musician, has to be your world. You could probably get away with having a side job there, but even so, that shit has to be your world. You can't have no side thing and like distracting you from it. And it takes all that time to build, to be good at something, whether it's hosting on a radio show or fucking making records, producing, or fucking DJing, or fucking rapping. It all takes that fucking time.
Yeah.
And it's a sacrifice.
And it's not even like you said, like even like DJs, like if they go to clubs and they're performing, like I know so many DJs that are on the radio and they're at all these clubs and they still go home and they still practice because they're on the radio, because they're doing these clubs. Like they're like, see, we don't stop. Like I still got to go home and I'm still practicing for 2 hours.
Got to stay sharp.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah, only later do you find the balance, because as it's new to you and you're going and you're in the young stages of it, no, you're just gonna fucking go.
But I also say, as an artist, like, you gotta just stay doing it, man, while you can, because you're not gonna always be, active and shit.
Right.
You get older and shit. Do it while you're still here, and you could do it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Dude, I used to dare myself, like, just sometimes just to, like, DJ for as long as you can. Find songs you just play. Just keep going and just see how long you can go as an exercise, just to kind of just.
What's the longest you went?
I mean, shit. Just on a whim, I think it was like 3.5, 4 hours.
Damn.
Just on some
DJing?
like one song. Yeah, just off one song. I was like, I decided like, I'm gonna play one song and see where I go from
See
there.
where it takes you from
Yeah,
there.
and I had fun for like 3.5, 4 hours. But I've done like, I think the longest set I've done is like, I've done a 12-hour Prince set.
Oh fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, you went live when you did that.
Yeah, I did
a
live
lot of
on
Prince.
Twitch. I did
that's a
12
lot
hours.
of Prince.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, and I still had shit that I didn't play. Like, it was crazy.
Think about that, man. How much catalog is that you could spin one artist for fucking 12 hours?
Yeah.
Hours?
Yeah, I
That's
did from
crazy.
7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
How'd you go take a leak and shit? Like,
I did.
did?
Yeah. I was like, it was
Put an extra long song on it. Okay.
Yeah, he had some long ones,
Yeah.
Yeah.
over 7 minutes, so real quick, you know what I mean? Or I go, eat
make
some
a
food.
sandwich and shit.
Yeah,
That's that album where he said "fuck you" to Warner Brothers.
That's cheating. That's cheating, though. You're supposed to be 12 hours hard right there.
yeah, you know.
No
Should've had the
food,
sandwich
no
right there on the
bathroom.
side.
That's
great.
crazy,
Well,
right?
as long as the song don't stop.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? If you could get back to the tables before the song is over, right? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you can catch it before it ends or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, as long as it's on beat, you can do.
You have
throw it
the
in.
song set up ready anyway.
Yeah, just
Come
real
back, boom,
quick,
just
like,
push a
yeah.
button, boom.
Was that on Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, Twitch was a thing like during COVID for
Yeah.
DJs. Yeah.
That's when I did it during
Yeah.
COVID. I was like, fuck it. All right, I'm going to do a 12-hour set. And I did it. And yeah, it was cool. Like the last 3 hours were like,
They
all right.
flagged you, right?
That was tough, huh?
Yeah, well, it just starts getting to like,
Did you meet that? Like, did you set it to go for 12 hours?
Yeah.
Like you told people you were going for 12 hours?
I said I'm going from 7 a.m.
Oh,
7 p.m.
Did people show out though? You got donations and stuff?
Yeah, it was cool.
Because like they show love to a lot. Like if you're good, like and on Twitch they show you love. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like so.
It was
Some
good.
DJs do pretty good on there. Just but 12 hours, I would imagine people are like, hey, bro.
Dude, I had food donations. It was rad. Like, you know what I mean? I had like
rations.
like they were
They
fucking
wanted
sending
to
pizzas and
That's
you know what I
dope,
mean?
yeah.
Like it was dope. Like so like I had like 4 or 5 people in the room with me. So cuz I was, kind of talking, we were all just talking like Prince shit, just like, oh, what about this? Oh yeah, watch this. You know what I mean? So it was like I just kind of kept getting inspired, just like, oh dude, you haven't played this yet. Oh, you're right. Bam. All right, I'm gonna go here. Like so I was like, I'm doing a set of All the Time. And then I'm gonna play some Vanity 6 and Apple, I was bouncing off my fellow Prince heads, you know what I mean? And just like making sure I was inspired. And
Yes.
So, and after but those last 3 hours, we were like, all right, this, then out. All right, bet. And then did the 12 hours. I was like,
Damn.
I'm
that's,
out.
That's a fucking marathon beat.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, it was fun.
That's great.
12
Kudos
hours.
to you. That shit sounds hard though,
Yeah, yeah.
and tiring.
Yeah, it was the standing. I think started like that 9 hours. That's where it was like, all right,
Oh, your back was burning.
yeah. I would
Imagine,
sit down for like maybe a few seconds though. You know,
imagine they asked you to host a 12-hour event. Oh, Jeff, like, oh,
One
shit.
time, let me shout out to Romeo. He does the morning show at K-Day.
Oh,
We
yeah.
did a Bobby D concert. And to this day, it's a running joke when we see people. They're like, "We were at the concert. You and Romeo put on you performed a good set." Because I forgot who was late, and they were like, "Y'all need to buy time." And I was like, "Okay, how much time do we need to be on stage?" They're like 30 minutes, and we're like, "What the fuck?" That's like longer than an artist set. Some artists do
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're like, "What?" We had to get in the crowd. We were singing. Romeo was singing. I was dancing. I mean, by the end of it, I was like, bro, I can't do this no more. I was like, what the hell? Like, this is crazy. And I just did something recently when it was, I want to say, who was it that just performed? Oh my God, Warren G and Lynch Mob. And between Lynch Mob and Warren G, they were like, okay, you guys got 30 minutes. And I'm like, that's a long time on set to entertain people. Because at some point they're like, we don't want to see you. We want to see them.
Yeah.
You know, so like we did so much. But that to me, I can't even imagine 12 hours. I was dying at 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was in the crowd, giving stuff out, dancing, bringing girls up. I was trying to buy time. And I told the person at Garden Amp, I was like, I performed longer than Lynch Mob, just so y'all know.
That's crazy.
I did a longer set.
I wonder what happened there because, I mean, you know, 30
Because
minutes.
It's the artist.
Yeah, they're late.
Running late or
Somebody's
something like
late.
That, yeah.
Always with some rap shit. Motherfuckers be running late.
Yeah.
Hip hop, man.
Yeah.
30 minutes
hip-hop
though
shit.
to eat up, and then you just you have no plan, so you're just going off the head.
Some
Yeah.
some artists will do that. And then you got to buy the time. You know what I mean? 30 minutes though. Like if you're in the hosting position,
Well, now
Like,
it's so
fuck.
funny because that happened with Romeo. It happened in the Ontario convention. Was it at the somewhere in Ontario? But I'll see people and they're like, "Hey, we were at the show in Ontario. Y'all did good. You got." And I was like, "I know. We felt like we were performing." And Romeo kept looking, and like we'd walk by each other. We'd put the mics, and he's like, "I don't know how much longer we could do this." I was like, "I know. Just keep going." You know what I mean? Bobby D was like, "Thank you guys."
That's cool.
Yeah.
Let me ask you: you ever tried to like rap or sing?
Well, you know what? I was thinking about doing an AI song. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Nice.
kidding.
I mean, it's the new shit.
Nah, no, you know what? No, I've done some stuff like I've been on Daz's album. I was on Kingmaker with Xzibit.
Yeah.
But what they normally do is they'll just pull like pieces from my interview and they'll
Right.
put it on there and
Nice,
stuff like that.
You're on Grand Theft Auto too.
I'm on Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5.
That's
Yeah.
tight.
So I'm on there and I'm a gang member on there. But yeah, no, I do a lot of different voicing. But not really rapping or singing. I do it on the radio, but I'm like, if I could be a rapper or singer, I wouldn't be a radio personality. You know what I mean? I can't
You
sing
got
it.
a nice voice.
No,
know?
thank you. I appreciate it.
has anybody like when they were listening to your show recognized your voice from Grand Theft Auto? They call up and say, "Hey,
Well,
are
somebody-
you?"
Somebody at the radio station. I don't say it too often because it's a while ago, so I don't really bring it up. But somebody a couple years ago was like, "Hey, were you on Grand Theft Auto 5?" And I smiled. I said, "Yeah." They're like, "Because my little brother was playing it, and I was like, I hear Cece. Is Cece in the other room?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't really say it too much, but yeah, I was on Grand Theft Auto 5. I was like, I was a gang member.
They had you saying some crazy shit.
I was saying some crazy shit. Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. At the time that we did it, it was Rockstar Games, and they came to the radio station, and we were doing some promotion with them. And the guy was like, he had told AD, my program director at the time, he's like, "I really like her voice." He was like, "I want to use her for something." So he gave me the number. I went. And what they do is they give you a script and they give you a picture of the character you're playing and a little description, and then you go in and they give you the script. So I went in the studio, and so it was a while back, so of course I was like, "Well, am I getting paid for this? Like, I need to get money." And they're like, "Yeah, we'll cut you a check." And I was like, "All right." And they only cut you one check, but I did it. And it was cool. And then I didn't know, and I just said, "Yeah, I just voiced for a video game." And I was more excited about the little check that I got. And then it came out, and they told me they couldn't tell me what it was for. It was for a video game. And then that's when they were like, "Oh, it's Grand Theft Auto 5." And I'm like, "Wait, what? Are you serious? That's crazy." And yeah, so I did that.
They sold 50 million video games, right? I believe.
Yes.
Jesus.
50
I'll tell
fucking
y'all what I
million.
got paid afterwards, and you're gonna laugh. But I got a little check for it. But I think for me, like doing, being on different albums, for me, like the biggest thing was like Xzibits. Yeah, Kingmaker. I love Xzibit.
Yeah,
He's dope.
he was here a couple days ago and he flipped a performance for us, and he is just sharp as
beast.
fucking ever.
He's
Yeah,
a beast. He's
Yeah.
actually in what is it, in December? Yeah, December we're gonna celebrate it's his 25th anniversary of his album Restless. So I know he's doing a big event in Long Beach.
yeah, that's
25 on Restless?
Yes,
Damn, I remember that shit
crazy.
just came out. That's so wild.
Classic
So
work.
crazy. Yeah. So we are planning something super huge for that.
Wow,
And I'll be hosting that too. But I think just like normally they'll pull little things and I'll be on the album, but it's normally like my drop, or it's just like a radio intro. It's always that. People will be like, "Can you do a radio intro?" Yeah. But it was crazy because I forgot who it was. Oh, C4. Shout out to C4. he's on the album too, and he was like, "Hey, if he wins a Grammy, we could win a Grammy too." And I was like, "I can too." I was like, he just pulled it from the interview. He's like, "I think so," and I was like, "Well, shit, I hope so." Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
But,
for an album, if it wins,
yeah,
Yeah.
they usually send everybody who was a part of it, like one of those plaques or some shit. Like
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, and the Daz, I love Daz. You know what I mean? Anything Daz needs me to do, I always do for him. So
He's cool.
Diggity Daz in the cut.
he's crazy. I love him. He's wild.
Word up. Salute to Daz. We got to get him over here.
Yeah.
Check this out, y'all. Dr. Greenthumb podcast is top 50 listened to podcasts on iTunes and is available on all streaming platforms. Make sure you check us out on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen. And don't forget to drop a comment or review. We appreciate all of y'all that listen to us on the drive and all that. Much love to you. We're about to open up the doors to the Insane Asylum. That means, y'all, if you got a comment, question, shout out, suggestion, we are here for it.
All right, Medicine in here saying he's agreeing with Cece, saying sometimes people have louder music than the actual vocals. Sometimes you can't hear the rappers rapping over the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Yeah, it's just different, you know? And people are paying for, and I feel like artists need to keep that in mind. People are paying their money for a ticket. These are people that, work 9 to 5 or they got kids, and this is what they spend their money on to see you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tony in here is asking, yo, Cece, how long have you been an ambassador for the NCRF?
Oh, you know what? Thank you. I have been an ambassador. That's the National College Resource Foundation. And so I've been an ambassador for 10 years with the Black College Expo and with the Latino College Expo. And this year, shout out to the Latino College Expo, it was really tough. We had to have actually spotters out in the city because a lot of families didn't want to show up. They were nervous with ICE.
Yeah.
So we had to have spotters. But these are kids that, want to get into, tech. They want to get into, they want to be doctors. They want to be engineers. So, I've been a brand ambassador for over 10 years. And right now, I know that NCRF is working on building probably the first HBCU in California right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats on that.
Thank you.
That's
It's
super
important.
Yeah.
Every year, whether it's at the Black College Expo or it's at the Latino College Expo, I always give scholarships in my name to, different students just to help them out. I'm not rich, so it's not a lot, but it's still out of my pocket, and I try to help them out and just encourage them. We need our youth to be the next generation, you know what I mean? And to give back. Yeah, and I feel like for somebody like me, I'm an older woman, and I just want to take a younger woman and just try to show them how to be a better woman. That's it.
That's what's up.
Dope.
Yeah.
Mike is saying, let's see how the versus goes with Cash Money and No Limit this Saturday.
Oh,
He's
for
saying,
real?
Who you got?
Probably Cash Money.
I don't know, man. No Limit, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say Cash Money too.
Yeah, Cash Money, man. Dude.
I mean, No Limit got jams, but Cash Money got
Even with that
jams.
Snoop record, it wasn't that many bangers on that album when he. Was
Yeah, I mean, but listen,
Yeah.
No Limit is the start of that whole movement.
Yes.
But Cash Money,
Ooh, Lil Wayne and Manny
Yeah.
Fresh and all those dudes together.
just saying.
Yeah.
They had the
Juvenile.
group too.
Juvenile.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's gonna be dope.
It's going to be dope.
Yeah, regardless.
I think it's going to be really dope.
Make them say,
I think that was like the highlight of COVID when they were doing the verses on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was everybody was watching.
If
Yeah.
the gorilla comes out when they perform that song, it's gonna be lit.
You can go punch him in the face.
Nah, you didn't see the gorilla in the video with the
No.
basketball jersey?
No,
He's
no.
on
You
Duncan?
want to punch Gorilla.
oh, yeah, he's the
Yeah, there's
the tank and shit.
that's a crazy music video to like one of the craziest ever. But yeah, at the end there's just a gold tank that breaks into the basketball stadium, and then fucking out of the tank, this gorilla in a basketball like Suns jersey comes out,
Oh, yeah.
jumps the trampoline and starts dunking. And
That's
I'm
their
like,
mascot.
this is some crazy fucking shit for like just the music video. Mystical's holding on for dear life on the basketball court.
Funny.
You could tell he's scared because he's really on top, and I'm like, like there's parts where he's like he's leaning and he grabs onto the bat. It's so funny to watch old music videos.
It's a fun video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We get this question asked a lot in here. Medicine's asking, has Cece ever experienced anything paranormal?
Oh my God! I just did a paranormal investigation
All right.
at the abandoned zoo last Wednesday.
How'd that go?
It was crazy. Like we had medium AJ Barrera come with us, and there's this. They have a YouTube show. They're from the IE. They're called the IE Spooks, and they do paranormal investigation. So I did something with them, and we felt energy. We did.
Really?
We felt energy. We had different equipment. I don't know the name of it that it gets to read and
Yeah,
stuff.
the meters.
Yeah, but it was cool, and it was at the abandoned LA Zoo, and we did it late at night. It was yeah.
Did any voices come back and say shit to you guys?
You know what? There was like we were like, are you upset that we're here? And then words pop up, and hostile popped up.
Hostile.
Hostile. Yeah, it was crazy. We did feel some energy
shit.
though. Yeah, but I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. I'm not gonna lie. I brought holy water and I put it on my team's head, and I was like, I'm blessing my entire team. Y'all, I'm saving your soul. We're gonna be good.
That was a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So was that your first experience with the paranormal
I
thing?
experienced something in Long Beach a long time ago, and I did see a ghost. And I remember my friend saw the same ghost, and we got scared. We were at a photo shoot, and we were at a warehouse in Long Beach. We were doing a photo shoot for Dion Monique. She's an artist, and it was like her first album, right? Boom Bap. And we did the photo shoot. Everybody was gone. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. We're cleaning up. It's just me and her. And I saw a ghost, and I was like, yo, I seen something. And she's like, don't even say that, see, stop. And I was like, let's just clean up and go. And then she described the same ghost that I saw, and I was like, bitch, let's go. So we're running down the stairs, and I felt him breathe in my ear, and every step I took, he took, and all the hair, like, just stood up my body.
Oh,
It was,
my God.
Yeah, it was scary. Yeah, so ever since then, I've been a little bit fascinated, and I was like, I'm down to do the abandoned zoo. And I did, and it was cool.
What did he look like?
He was white. He was a construction worker.
Oh, damn, like
Yeah,
that.
like that. Yeah, he had jeans, white shirt, dirty blonde hair. And I can tell, like, I felt the sense, like, he wasn't angry. It was more like frustrated that we were there. Like, just I felt that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let's go. And she described the same person.
Huh.
Yeah.
A full-on apparition.
That's for
You can
real.
describe everything down to, like, the way that they look. Like, that's an apparition, man. That's not just like a ghost encounter.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's a full apparition. Like, if you can describe and see everything.
Yeah,
like
I
that,
saw
like,
everything.
Well, it allowed you to see it,
Yeah.
and maybe not everybody is allowed to
So
see
he
him.
was dressed like a construction
He was
worker?
dressed like a construction worker.
He was just
That's
catcalling.
No, he walked by me, but it was like he walked by me, but you could tell, like, and I was so tired that I looked at him.
You
and
wasn't smoking?
No,
Oh,
I wasn't smoking. I was so tired. I looked at him and I just kept on walking because I was cleaning, and we were there for like 11 hours. So I was so burnt. And then I thought about it, and I was like, wait, we're the only people in here. I just saw somebody. And I was like, Melina. And I told her, she's like, don't tell me anything. Let's just go. And then she started screaming. She's like, I seen him. And I was like, describe him. And I was like, that was him. Bitch, let's go home. We ran, yeah.
In some places, in more places than we think, there's these energies that stay in there. Something happened to these people there, and their energy stays there. Some can be seen, and some could just be heard. Like, it's rare when you get to see them, but you might see shit move around or fall a certain way when there's nothing else in the fucking room. Because I've seen that, and we've seen that in here at times. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of them are just stuck.
Yeah, a lot of them are stuck where they're at,
They're like, because we're
or they don't want to
Purgatory,
go,
right?
or they don't want to go.
because like a lot of them, like a lot of medians or people that have that gift, kind of say that it, like if you run into like a random like place, like they'll be like, hey, there's a girl that comes out in the forest or like in this building. It's just like, bro, you don't even know what that building was before. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that little girl died probably in such a crazy way
She stayed.
that she's still there even generations later, and she's probably looking for somebody to like that actually knows how to communicate the right way and be like, hey,
Yeah.
you know what, like this, like, hey, we're
here.
like fucking 50 years later. You need to walk towards the light, girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I did say that.
Yeah,
I was like, go towards the light.
Go to the light.
yeah, because a lot of them are just kind of lost. If you got smoked, you didn't have no closure. You didn't really know. Like, you didn't even get to be old. You're gonna be stuck in there. You're like, what the fuck?
In most cases, that's the energy that it's
That leave
created.
behind. You leave behind. Right?
Yeah, it's like a fucking imprint
Wow.
And that energy is like stuck there because it doesn't understand. You know,
But that's also that's a little scary, and that's why I brought holy water, because my thing was I was nervous for an energy to stick with me, and then I bring energy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because that happens too, I heard.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I was
It
like,
does.
oh yeah, I'm not trying to take any energy with me.
Oh yeah. That's why, like, if you go to a museum and they say this thing here is haunted, don't touch it. Don't fucking
A
touch it.
Divic box. You know where you should go? You should go to that place in Vegas. Have you ever been to that Zach Bennigan's Haunted Museum?
No, I haven't. And I lived in Vegas for 5 years.
Well, a lot of people, it's like low key, but it's like everything in there is haunted, and he has like crazy exhibits. Like it is
That's crazy.
like everybody feels it has a different experience that goes in there.
Listen, I'm the
Sure.
type I could watch a scary movie by myself in the dark at home, and I'm not
No.
tripping. Like it doesn't
So that
bother
stuff
me.
don't phase you.
Yeah, it doesn't phase me at all.
Word up.
No, thank you.
All right, what else you got, Bolton?
Kelly Blaze is saying that Cece just saw my dad. the
Like
the
who?
white person you saw was probably my dad.
The white person in construction.
Oh,
There you go.
Let's see here. Karina's asking the table, like, who are some of your guys' favorite 90s cheesy rappers? Was there any cheesy rappers in the 90s that you guys liked?
No,
No.
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 Could you like consider like Sir Mix-a-Lot in there, or
He wasn't cheesy,
He
though.
wasn't
He
Okay.
wasn't. He wasn't necessarily cheesy. It was just a different style.
Dude, he had giant asses post up at certain stores for his promo, and I read some shit about that. Or like,
Yeah.
he had giant inflatable asses post up, and like,
Yeah, he was doing it
like-
crazy.
if you look at the movie Falling Down, it got free promo in the background because where they filmed in like a scene in like a market, and you just see like this inflatable ass in the background.
Yeah, in the '90s, I can't think of one cheesy song that any like hardcore hip hop head actually liked.
yeah, I don't know.
I
I,
don't
mean,
know.
the only
Yeah.
one that would probably come to mind is Vanilla Ice, maybe.
But I didn't like that till later.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
accept that till later. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like in the 90s when it came out, we were so anti that. But as a DJ, you had to play it because everyone wanted it. So,
Right.
like, it was one of those love-hate relationships with that song. But, like, I didn't really come to term, like, listening later, like, and going, all right, yeah, some bars, man.
Well, you listen to it now, it's not as bad as it was to you
no,
back then.
No,
You know what I mean?
no. But it sounded hokey back
It
then.
sounded
Yeah.
very hokey back then. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But no, like I don't remember listening to any cheesy shit at that point.
Yeah.
Like I was like anti-cheese.
Yeah, especially with hip-hop, you know what I
If
mean?
it was
Yeah.
too happy, I could not listen to it.
Listen, 90s, I was bumping short. Don't fight the feeling. You know what I mean? I think everybody was cruising Lake too at the time,
Yeah.
and Whittier Boulevard.
Yup, damn.
That's crazy, right?
Like, yup,
Oh my God, Whittier Boulevard. There's some stories there.
true that. The cruising used to jump
yeah.
off there. All right, what do you got?
Blaze is asking if you tried that ice cream, B.
I did. It was fucking excellent, G. Our one of our bros here, you know, he's great in the kitchen and you know, like for cooking, baking, and apparently making fucking ice cream too.
He made some ice
He
cream?
made some ice
Bastard.
cream yesterday. Look, this is the process. He used these fruits and berries.
Oh, right.
Ooh, that
That's
looks
it.
good.
But look at it. Dude,
He's a real
What?
good, he's a dope Herman being, you know what I'm saying?
Herman Bean
Using
right
them
there.
fruits and berries, you know what I'm saying? And then this dark chocolate.
Damn.
Look at that blade though. That's shit.
Oh, that looks good.
Look at that. Oh, my. Please, Blade.
You should ask him now
Yes.
if he would make some for Friday.
Sir. Please.
It was good. I had mine late because I had to DJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I DJ'd first. Everybody else fucked off the table and went and had their ice cream.
That would be so dope if you did like a Be Real, like a pop up, like food infused. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, Blaze.
Yeah, Blaze.
I'm
Blaze,
just
come on,
saying,
Blaze.
like I know people that would love that, and then you can charge money and be like, spend an intimate night with Be Real, and then you do something like that. See, I'm giving you guys ideas.
Let's put it together, Cece.
I'm gonna put it together. Listen, I hosted your listening album party,
I know you did.
and tell them how I did it in like just a few days, and we kicked ass on it.
You kicked ass.
Yes, it was dope.
That's right.
Yeah, so we could do something like that. That's giving me an idea. I'm gonna run something
All right.
with that chef.
I would love to
What's
hear
his
that.
name?
He's
Kelly
Kelly
Blaze. He's
He-
bringing Rocky Road in on Monday.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, don't fucking threaten me with a great
I
time.
can't
Don't-
wait.
Just don't do it.
That's my favorite.
All right, what else you got?
That seems to be it so
Oh,
far.
thank you very much for all those with your. We'll probably get into submissions tomorrow because we didn't have time today. But salute to everybody with the super chats or well, your interjections. And we want to thank Cece for sitting in with us. First of many times.
Yes, please have me back. I
Yes.
love being with you guys. It was dope.
You got to
Thank
come
guys.
back.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
We got to talk about more success stories and shit like that. Because, like in most places you go to, you're always hearing the drama and the bullshit and all the gossip and all that stuff. We'd rather spin a fucking positive tale down here, and you're doing a lot of positive things in the
Thank
community.
you so much. I appreciate that. You guys got to come out for Xzibits Restless 25th anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be dope to have you guys there.
I'm not on tour, so I will be there.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Be there.
Word up. You got any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to everybody that taps in with me on 935 K-Day from 3 to 7. I appreciate y'all. And shout out to my producer. She's holding it down so I could be here today. So that was cool. And everybody at K-Day, I told them I was coming here, so my boss was cool with it because it's
All
real.
right. Thank you.
Yeah, shout out DJ Ecto 1. Yeah.
Salute.
There it is.
C minus.
Shout out to everyone here at the table. B, E-Zone, CC, a pleasure.
Thank you.
Psycho Leezy. Shout out to the Sideline crew, Dom, Ray, and Bolton. Shout out to Aton. Shout out to Dro. Shout out to Javi Lopez. Shout out to Blaze. Can't wait to try the ice cream, bro. Shout out to the Strong One. And shout out to you for watching. Follow me at C-Fan4. Tonight on my Twitch channel at C-Fan4, I'll be doing a Limp Bizkit tribute mix in honor of Sam Rivers from Limp Bizkit, who passed away last weekend. So, yeah, man, we're going to tell some stories and, play some tunes. So tune in. Lurk around 6 or 7. Have a good one. See you here tomorrow for the Greenthumb Show and Mix. What up, Psycho Leezy?
Chilling. Big up everybody on the chat, just hanging out with us right there. Yeah, just chilling with us. Cece for coming through. Salute. Dr. Greenthumb crew. If you're on the IG, follow me, Psycho Less Official. Also, I'll be gone for a week. I'll be in New York, so tap in, hit me up. Go to the website, thepsycholessshop.com. Also, get ready for the mix. Real Psycho.
Yo, shout out the Insane Asylum. Shout out to Ray Morning, shout Film. Shout out to the Dominator. And what's up, E-Zone?
Salute to everybody on the table. Salute to Cece for coming by. Tune in later, 7 to 9 for the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. Grupo Rai is not coming today. It was a scheduling thing, so I mixed up the dates, but we're going to do a special show on Tuesday, so we will be having him back on Tuesday. So I know you guys like the Grupo Rai episode, but we'll still be going live today, 7 to 9.
May God open up the doors of opportunity for you. Swallow that.